With a confirmed release from AEW and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on, and don't forget to like the video. Explaining why she will not be on Smackdown tonight, WWE backstage correspondent Kayla Braxton wrote on X, "Little under the weather today and have zero voice, so I won't be at Smackdown tonight. Only way I would be able to interview anyone is if I'm mimed, which would actually be pretty entertaining. Anyway, I'm on the mend and I'll be back next week. Happy Friday, everyone." Talking about a potential spoiler for a fifth member of Judgment Day's team at the War Games match for Survivor Series, the Wrestling Observer newsletter wrote that there were reports that this will change and McIntyre will be part of the Judgment Day team. I was just told that this is under consideration and could happen. That would lead to someone having to be added to the other side. On Instagram, The Undertaker showed off a custom fan-made title belt that he received. Here's the video.
You know what? Somebody did a lot of work. Holy hell. They built all this out of cardboard. Awesome. That's why right here, this is why Undertaker fans are the best in the world. Look at that. Someone spent a lot of time and effort creating that. That is pretty damn cool.
For an update on Liv Morgan's return status to WWE following her injury earlier in the year, PW Insider reported no real update. The last I heard was that she was getting evaluated sometime this month to determine where she is medically now versus when she got hurt. It's pretty logical to say that she will then be informed what the next course of action is, if anything. Whether that means she is cleared or needs additional medical treatment, therapy, etc., it all depends on how that evaluation goes. While Vince McMahon was previously against having advertisements on the mats, barricades, or around the ring, Dave Meltzer noted in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that another change you can expect is the look of the ringside area. In the past, Vince McMahon was a proponent of a clean ring, meaning no advertising on the mats, the barricades, or around the ring. Obviously, that has changed due to the influence of Nick Khan. They noted that Vince is no longer thinking that way and that advertising in and around the ring will be opening up more advertising inventory, and they are very happy McMahon agreed to it. Commenting on the departure of Nick Aldis from the NWA and his debut for WWE, NWA owner Billy Corgan told Drew Live, "In that particular case, he left under kind of a cloud. So it's hard for me to feel as happy as I would like to, because with any situation where you part ways with somebody who is not completely happy and then goes out and talks about not being happy, it's hard to kind of root for them. That said, very talented guy, and I'm not surprised he's landed at a higher level, and I can only wish him the best." Touching on his reported television deals for the NWA, Billy Corgan said during that previously mentioned interview, "Yeah, I like to say first and foremost, we are a television content producer that's really wrestling in the 21st century, television first and everything else second. That's not to say the second is not important, but if you can't drive from television down, you're gonna have a hard time building an audience. Certainly, being on national television in any capacity, digital or otherwise, broadcast podcast network. That's how you reach the most people. Going into a market like Sarasota, as will be on next Saturday after next, having people have a routine way to reach your television product is part of what makes people want to come see the matches. We are free on YouTube, but the way YouTube works and the way people's schedules are, unless they go looking for stuff, they may not even know you're there. So yeah, TV deals are at the core of it, and there's been a ton of speculation lately. I stand by what I said. We have 2 TV deals with a top 20 network. That's all I can say for now. There's lots of speculation that's not true, but I can stand here and say, hand on heart, that is absolutely true. When it comes to a star that WWE has had their eye on, it was written in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that as far as WWE having interest in Giulia, that dates back to 2019, but she didn't go then, and then COVID slowed things down, and she signed with Bushiroad, who built her as the woman who they pushed the most to the mainstream for stardom. Those in WWE noted that they believe the main roster needs some new women, and NXT has women ready to go right now to the main roster, but the idea is they don't want to take too many at once. Talking about the character of Drew McIntyre, WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray said on Busted Open Radio, "If I'm going to care about a wrestler, a talent, a performer, an entertainer, they have to make me care in the ring first. The package will make me care more. Unfortunately, I don't care about Drew. I'm a fan of Drew as a person, as a guy outside of the ring. I'm a fan of his work. I'm a huge mark for his look because I think Drew is a gorgeous man. That is a man's man. That's a pro wrestler right there, but I don't care about him. When he talks, that's when you're supposed to care, and unfortunately, Drew hasn't done it for me since day one. I love everything about Drew, but when he talks, I just can't get into him. As a fan, Drew hasn't touched me deeply enough." Revealing that a former WWE star refused to lose a match on AEW Rampage, Sean Ross Sapp reported that the show aired with only 3 matches, which was the original plan. As it was clarified to us, there was never a plan to run 4 matches. Fightful Select was told that the original plan was a 4-way match involving Lince Dorado, Penta El Zero Miedo, Commander, and Metalik, but became a 3-way due to Lince's ties to CMLL. Metalik was planned to lose the 3-way, but didn't want to continue to lose matches without being under a full-time deal. AEW indicated that they understood his position and booked Konosuke Takeshita versus Kyle Fletcher instead. Noting how a WWE star's push on Smackdown has been delayed, BWE posted on their private X account, "I know I said no news, but I will break it for Karrion only. His story was planned after SS postponed for Crown Jewel, postponed again. I do not have further information. If it resumes, I will tease it for you definitely." Bringing up his future in the sport of boxing, WWE United States Champion Logan Paul told Fox Business, "Yeah, I think I'm retired from boxing. I've done enough going fully undefeated at 25-0. I'm going to be a wrestler now. No more money in boxing. Every company is going broke. Full-time wrestler. Beat Rey Mysterio fair and square for the US Championship. It feels great. It was a dominant performance. Some frog splashes, some punches. It feels good." Taking to Facebook, former WWE star Marty Jannetty posted a photo of his foot and gave an update on his health, writing, "Amazing. The Party with Marty podcast train show has been temporarily derailed. A couple weeks ago, our show's moderator, Radical Addy, filmed me walking like nothing to it. This morning, my great friend and great world-renowned ankle specialist, Dr. Leland, aka Lee McCluskey, has to walk in the room to see this. The pics. I already had my head down to hide the tears, and most gracefully, he tried to work through it, but his eyes, I saw them. They were glassed over. I'm so sorry, Lee. I won't give up." Basically, the sepsis crap was beat but cultivated into a new virus. But the silver-lined cloud, he put me on a new kind of antibiotic that he feels will knock it out in no time. Confirming that a star has left AEW, it was reported that the Bunny has left AEW. Sources tell PWInsider.com that the two sides mutually agreed to part ways. We have not heard any additional details at this time. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.